This hunt brought to you by Wattenbarger Outdoors.
Well, I just got home. I took off work today because we didn't get a spot on Saturday or Sunday. I got there real early. I was only like the third car there. I got in and I signed the board and I stood there at the front of the line. And I got time to draw and everybody kind of stood to the side because I didn't want to draw first. So I said to heck with it, I'll go up and draw first. And I reached in and I pulled out the number 1. But I never thought I'd ever do that. I never thought I'd be able to draw one, let alone be the very first person to draw and then get it. There are 5 max, or big flooded cornfields on the northeast side of the conservation area, and they're normally the first 5 that get picked, and I picked the very first one because it was the closest and I didn't want to have to carry all my stuff all the way down. Normally these are pretty good spots, so let's see how it goes. I'm not really seeing anything flying yet. Oh, there they are. This is really weird for this place not to be just going off right now. I keep looking to one side and they're coming from the other. I could have had 4 now. Sounds like a jet engine behind me, all of them coming up. Get down. Green wing? Golly, it's a big one. Check this thing for bands real quick. Oh God, about fell. No bands, but dang. First duck of the year, green wing teal. Okay. This is supposed to be my field. There is no water in this whole thing except for the very end of it. If I would have known that, I wouldn't have picked it first. Duck number 1. I mean, no water at all. It was just super shallow. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. I normally only shoot BBs, but I forgot to go get a box yesterday, so I'm shooting 3s. And I don't imagine that they're going to work very good. There are a bunch of ducks in the corn behind me. I wish I could get back in there. I don't have any decoys to put up on the grass or in the field. There are a couple ducks. Sky blasted that. Come on, man. That was way in the air. They shouldn't have shot at that. Normally the sky is just black from ducks over here. There's 5 of these cornfields and they're always the first 5 picked. There's not really a lot of spots in the conservation area with corn. This Mac 2 over here just did it again. They're shooting birds like 80 yards in the air and just wounded them and then they're flying away. They've done it 3 times now. The birds are slow this morning. Everybody's just unloading on them in the air. Not good. Why is nobody wanting my corn? I should have picked the corn on the other side of this levee. They're all flying above it. This corn's loading out the past 2 days. I figured it'd be a good spot, but it don't seem like anybody's really having much luck. Opening day, they killed almost 400 ducks here at the conservation area. Yesterday, they killed 200-300. I bet you I've only heard 10 or 12 shots this morning. Geese are coming in on me. That's pretty cool. You want to always wash your hands before you eat. Much better. This whole cornfield is mine. I was here last year and I shot my limited mallards in the first hour and a half and went home. Sitting down there, there was a lot more water in this field last year than there is now. I don't know why they did that. I have never ever seen this place this dead before. I mean, there might be a duck or 2 here or there, but it's pretty well nothing. I know it's not just me. Nowhere's been shooting really all morning long. Are they gonna fly right by me? Oh, come on, get closer, get closer, get closer. Get closer, get closer. Too far for me. I ain't gonna shoot at that. There's bald eagles flying all around me too. There one goes right there. I mean, there's not just a real constant wave of ducks like there is over here normally. You're getting a couple good groups coming by every now and again, but it's being a lot slower than what it usually is over here. It kind of sucks just sitting on your knees in the corn. I just went the other day and bought a brand new camo chair so I could sit here. And of course I left it in the back of my truck. My truck's about a mile that way. So that was real good thinking on my half. They made a big old circle. I think they're gonna go into 2. Yeah, and they shot them way up in the f***ing air again. Now they're flying away. They've done that every single time that something flew over them. I'm gonna be sitting here another 5 hours till it closes. So I think I'm gonna make the executive decision to walk back to my truck and get my chair. It's not gonna be very fun, but there ain't much else going on. It'll be a lot more comfortable. I'm gonna leave all my stuff here. Even this, so I'll be right back. Okay. I made it back. It was a long walk. Took me probably close to an hour, but I got my chair now, so that'll make it a lot nicer. I also grabbed the buddy heater too. I don't know if I'll use that or not. I probably shouldn't have grabbed all this extra stuff because the sled was heavy enough. Got the buddy heater going now. I'm getting all set up. Only if I can get some ducks to fly into my spread now. Dual purpose. Heating up my honey bun for me. Well, things have went pretty well from bad to worse. The morning rush really wasn't here. It was only about 10 minutes long. Everything that was here jumped up out of the corn and flew away, and ain't nothing really been back since. There's been a couple of good groups flying around, but nothing's really low enough to shoot at. It's not just me. Everybody over here is not getting any shots off at all, except for Mac 2. They've been sky busting all day, but I've had a pretty good setup this morning. It was really worth it going back and getting that chair. It made it a lot nicer to sit here. So we actually ended up just getting the one teal this morning that came in. Ain't had a shot at anything else at all. Not what I expected drawing number 1 today, but the blinds ain't shooting neither, and I think it was just an off day for everyone around here. And I didn't pick a very good spot. They didn't tell me that there was no water here. I mean, I should be able to hunt down there in the middle of this corn, but it is completely dry, except for this very end. So I didn't really have a whole lot to work with this morning, but I guess I'm gonna pack up and start the walk back to the truck. I'm not really looking forward to it. That sled was heavy this morning, and now that I've added more stuff to it, it's gonna be even worse. They were doing it again. Ducks 80 yards in there, and they're just laying into them. That's really hard to work with when you're trying to get ducks to work and they just blast them every time. It was dark earlier, so I didn't see this, but that one's drier than mine. It doesn't have any water at all. I don't know where the heck that guy sat. Looks like these are all pretty dry. That's weird. Normally they're full. I had a lot compared to him. Four looks pretty dry too. I'd say 2's probably the best one. It's got the most amount of water. And normally that's the worst Mac. That's my spot. Look at all that water. Well, I only ended up with 1 teal all day long. I could have stayed another couple hours, but the sky just got completely dead. Nothing was out, nothing was flying. Just everybody kind of up and left the same time I did. As soon as I got up on the levee to leave, you could see everybody else was walking out too. The person in Mac 2 is the only person that limited out, and you guys know why he limited out, but it was weird because there's no water in any of the Macs. Normally they're at least a foot of water all the way across the field, and I thought it was just mine, but once I got up and seen, they were all dry. I've never seen it like that before. I don't know what the purpose of it is, or if it even was on purpose. I don't know. But I got down there and got to talking to everybody, and they were all surprised too that there wasn't any water. So that's a pretty long walk up through there. I think I'm going to try to get a blind tomorrow morning. It seemed like everything that was in the corn this morning all jumped up when the sun came up, and they flew around a little bit and didn't really work anybody. And after that, they flew into the refuge, and then nothing really flew for the rest of the day. It was really slow, and it wasn't just us in the max, it was everywhere. You barely heard any shooting from the blinds either. I'll have to look at the board in the morning and see how everybody else did. I don't think that they did very good either, but we'll just have to see. I told Dad Saturday that I had a dream that I pulled number 1 and we went to the max. And then I let Dad draw, and then he drew a 40 something, and then we didn't get to go. So I went today and I got to draw, and I got number 1. I hadn't drawn in a year before that. The last time I drew before that was opening day of 2018. It was pretty lucky. It'll probably never happen again to me, but it was cool to just have it in my hands and know that it was real and that it was even possible that you could get a 1. Well, I guess I better go and clean my bird.